Your jacket isn't by the doorway now, but I still leave that corner clear somehow. The hallway catches headlights from the street, and every passing shadow looks like feet. I change the sheets, I move the chair, put everything in places you weren't there. Still, when the evening settles on the room, the empty side gets heavier too soon. I leave the hallway half-lit, like you might need your way inside. I know you're never coming, still I can't turn off that light. Nothing here is waiting except the habits you left behind. I leave the hallway half-lit and tell myself I'm doing fine. Your name no longer flashes on my screen. I've learned how quiet 7 days can be. The photographs are somewhere out of sight, but hiding them didn't change a single night. Friends say the worst will slowly disappear, as if the calendar can clean the air. Maybe they're right, maybe I'm getting through, and something small still leads me back to you. I leave the hallway half-lit, like you might need your way inside. I know you're never coming, still I can't turn off that light. Nothing here is waiting except the habits you left behind. I leave the hallway half-lit and tell myself I'm doing fine. Half of the room in darkness, half of me letting go. I don't expect your footsteps, I don't need to know where you are sleeping or whose hand you're holding tonight. I'm only learning slowly how to live without your light. The morning finds a hallway pale and still. No miracle arrived and none of it will. I reach across the wall before I leave and finally let the darkness cover me. Not because I stop remembering you, not because the hurt is finally through. I just don't have to wait to say goodbye. So this time I turn out the light. I cleared the messages before midnight, watched every sentence disappear in white. No photographs are hiding in my phone. I did the things that say I've moved along. Your contact vanished weeks ago. There's nothing left for me to scroll, but some things don't erase that clean. They're living somewhere underneath. I don't need your name, I don't need the screen. My hands remember what I shouldn't need. I made it through another Friday night without inventing reasons I should write. I heard our old street mentioned by a friend, and changed the subject before it could begin. It's strange when memory decides to save a sequence I have tried so hard to break. I couldn't tell you what I wore that day, but every digit stayed. I know your number by heart, that's the hardest part. I could lose everything you left and still know where to start. I won't call, but forgetting isn't something I can force. You're gone from everything I own, but not from what I know. Sometimes my thumb still moves without a thought, then stops before the first number is caught. The tiny second tells me where I am, somewhere between letting go and looking back. I wonder if you changed yours after me, if mine became a useless memory. I'd rather never know the answer now. Some doors stay closed somehow. I don't need your name, I don't need the screen. My hands remember what I shouldn't need. I know your number by heart, that's the hardest part. I could lose everything you left and still know where to start. I won't call, but forgetting isn't something I can force. You're gone from everything I own, but not from what I know. Someday those numbers might become just numbers and nothing more. A code that doesn't lead me back to who I was before. Until then I'll leave them where they are, unspoken, untouched apart. There are memories we never choose, the body learns by heart. I know your number by heart, but I won't make the call. Maybe moving on begins with knowing and doing nothing at all. The screen goes dark inside my head, the room is quiet again. I set the phone beside the bed and let another night You started looking past me when I speak, a distant kind of quiet underneath. You held my hand the way you always had, but something in the gesture wasn't there. Your answers came a second later now. You smiled, but never with your whole face somehow. I didn't need a confession in the dark, I felt the distance long before the spark. You never said a word, I never asked you why, but love can change its temperature before it says goodbye. I saw it through the veil, the part you tried to hide. You were standing next to me, with somewhere else inside. I felt you disappear before you crossed the line. You hadn't left me yet, but you were no longer mine. There was a softness missing from your eyes, a carefulness that felt too much like lies. You kept your phone turned downward on the bed and chose your words before each thing you said. I could have asked whose name was on your mind, could have pulled the truth into the light. Instead I watched the space between us grow, because some answers hurt before you know. Saw it through the veil, the part you tried to hide. You were standing next to me, with somewhere else inside. I felt you disappear touch of mine, you're breathing clear. Nothing in the room had changed at all. Still I could feel the ending down the hall. Maybe love doesn't vanish in a day. Maybe first it quietly looks away. Maybe losing someone really starts before they ever leave your arms. I don't need to know the name, I don't need the missing piece. Whoever pulled your eyes away already took your eyes from me. There was nothing left to prove, nothing left for us to save. You were still beneath my roof, but miles away. I saw it through the veil and finally let it fall. You didn't have to tell me, I had already lost it all. I felt you disappear while you were by my side. The cruelest kind of leaving never needs a last goodbye. Morning moved across the wall. You gathered what was yours. I watched the daylight reach the place where your shadow was before. I saw you waiting underneath the sign. Same restless hands, the same distracted eyes. For half a second everything went still, then someone called your name from up the hill. You turned away before you noticed me. Or maybe you didn't, chose to let it be. I couldn't tell which answer hurt me less, so I kept walking with the rest. We passed like strangers to no reason to look twice. A whole year disappeared between your steps and mine. I knew the way you laughed, the way you hated goodbyes. Now all I know is how to be a passerby. I used to recognize you from a sound, your keys, your shoes, your footsteps coming down. I knew which stories made you lose your sleep, which promises you meant enough to keep. Today I only knew the coat you wore, the way you disappeared behind the door. It's strange how someone once so close can turn into a face you shouldn't search. We passed like strangers to no reason to look twice. A whole year disappeared between your steps and mine. I knew the way you laughed, the way you hated goodbyes. Now all I know is how to be a passerby. The crowd moved on, the place where you were standing was already gone. I stayed there longer than I meant to stay, watching unfamiliar faces take your place. I thought that seeing you would break the calm, bring every berry feeling rushing up. Instead the moment barely made a sound, no shattered pieces scattered on the ground. Maybe that's the part I wasn't ready for, not wanting what we used to have anymore. Still feeling something when I see your face, but knowing I don't need to chase. So I went on beneath the changing sky without rehearsing what I should have tried. No message waiting, nothing left to send. Our lives had crossed and split again. You were a chapter I could once recite. Now half the words are fading out of sight. I think that's how our memories survived, not fully gone, just outside your life. We passed like strangers do, and neither turned around. For someone I once knew by heart, you barely made a sound. The city carried on, and so did you. ceiling hasn't changed for hours. Street light bleeding through the blinds. I turn the clock away from me, but I can feel it passing time. My phone is somewhere on the floor, far enough to leave alone. I know exactly what I type and exactly where it goes. There's nothing new for us to say. That's what I tell myself again. Still every silence after two makes old mistakes sound innocent. So I stay here between gone and letting go, close enough to miss you, far enough to know. I wonder if you're sleeping well, if nights are easier for you, if you ever reach beside yourself before remembering we're through. I shouldn't make your absence mean there's something waiting underneath. Missing me and wanting me were never quite the same thing. The room gets colder till the dawn, or maybe I'm just noticing how much of you I carried here inside the smallest things. Don't reach, don't write, don't turn loneliness into another night. Don't ask, don't chase, morning always changes what the darkness makes you crave. At 3:16 I almost break. My hand already knows the way. I stop before the screen comes on and let the feeling have its say. It tells me you were once my home. It tells me I could still go back, but memory is generous. It leaves the worst outside the frame. So I remember all of it, the distance and the tired replies. I'll stay and started hurting more than every unfinished goodbye. And I stay here between gone and letting go, close enough to miss you, far enough to know. Outside the building slowly take their shape. I haven't solved a single thing, I only made it through the ache. Maybe that's enough tonight. No revelation, no release, just keeping both my hands away from something that won't bring me peace. The phone is where I left it still, no words between your name and mine. For once I let the morning come without returning to that time. Don't reach, don't write, let the daylight finish off the night. No promise, no grand goodbye, just another morning I survived. I stopped checking places we would go, stopped taking the long way home. Your side of town became a map. I didn't need to follow back. Most days your name stays out of reach, no weight behind it when I speak. I thought that meant I'd made it through, Then something pulled me into you. No warning, no reason why. A second opens what months left behind. You flicker in, then disappear, just long enough to feel you here. I'm doing fine until somehow the past gets bright and burns back out. A song came through an open door, I couldn't place it anymore. Then suddenly I knew the night, the street echoed, the passing lights. It wasn't even our favorite one, we barely heard it when it played. But there I was, a year behind, inside a moment I couldn't save. No warning, no reason why. A second opens what months left behind. You flicker in, then disappear, just long enough to feel you here. I'm doing fine until somehow the past gets bright and burns back out. It happens less than it did before. There's something I can't imagine now. You don't stay with me all day, you only visit without a sound. And maybe healing looks like this, no wiping every trace away, just letting what still carries you arrive and leave without a chase. I used to follow every thought until it led me back to us. Now I can watch it cross my mind without confusing it for love. Some memories don't need a cure, they lose their gravity with time. They flash against the dark a while, then quietly fall out of sight. You flicker in, then disappear. I feel the ache, but leave it here. No reaching back, no asking how. The past gets bright, then burns back out. Tonight your face came back again, clearer than it's been in months. I let it stay for several breaths without becoming what I was. Then just as quickly you were gone, the room returned, the moment passed. I never thought forgetting you could mean remembering without going back. I used to know exactly why we ended, every careless word, every night suspended, all the ways we learned to make it hurt, all the silence underneath the worst. I can name the nights you let me down, the promises we dragged across the ground. Back then leaving felt like choosing air, I knew exactly why I couldn't stay there. But time is such a selective way of taking all the edges from a day. Now when somebody asks me what went wrong, the reasons don't arrive as strong. Time keeps changing the color of everything we were. The pain is losing detail, the good is getting clearer. Now I remember summer through the window, your head against my shoulder driving home, the stupid jokes that nobody else knew, how every crowded room led back to you. I remember waking before you did, watching morning settle on your skin. Funny what survives when years move on, not the fights but where your hand belonged. Maybe memory isn't on my side, maybe distance learned to beautify something that was broken when it lived into something perfect. Now it's finished, everything looks softer from here, every wound found an old receipt inside a drawer from a place that isn't there anymore. For a second I could hear you laugh, and all the harder nights went black. That's the danger of remembering late. You lose the weight and only keep the shape. Turn a complicated kind of love into something neither of us was. Time keeps changing the color of everything we were. The pain is losing detail, the good is getting clearer. So remind me how the room went cold, how we stopped reaching out to hold, how goodbye became relief before nostalgia edited the scene. I don't wanna hate you anymore, but I can't rewrite what came before. Missing what was beautiful back then doesn't mean we should begin again. Everything looks softer from here, but I know what the distance forgets. There were reasons we couldn't remain, even if I don't feel them the same. I can keep the beautiful parts without rebuilding what fell apart. Maybe loving what memory became doesn't mean I have to stay. The receipt goes back inside the drawer. I close it gently like before. Some things look better far away, and maybe they should stay that way. I wasn't looking when I heard it, somewhere behind me in the crowd. A sentence I couldn't even make out, but I knew the shape of the sound. My body recognized you first, before I had a thought to spare. I hadn't seen you in forever, still suddenly you were everywhere. Funny how a voice can open a room that's been locked for years. I forgot the words you gave me, but I remembered how they felt. I didn't turn around immediately, I counted several breaths instead. The past was moving through the noise like something waking from the dead. I remember late night conversations, your sleepy answers losing form, how your voice became much softer whenever you knew I was worn. Then I remembered other evenings when every sentence landed cold, how the same voice that once could call me made me feel completely alone. Funny how a voice can carry both the shelter and the rain. I forgot so many details, but my chest still knew your name. When I finally turned to find you, you were laughing with a friend, older somehow but familiar, like a book I'd reached the end. You never saw me standing there, and maybe that was for the best. I didn't need another ending, we had already spent the rest. Funny how a voice grows distant even while the sound stays clear. What once could pull me back completely couldn't keep me standing there. So I walked into the evening with the city moving slow, thinking of the things Sometimes all that time can rescue is the rhythm of a phrase. And maybe years from now I'll hear a stranger speaking just like you. For half a breath the past will surface, then I'll let it travel through. I don't need to lose the memory, I don't need to make it small. Something once can mean the world and someday barely hurt at all. Funny how a voice can find you, then leave without a trace. Tonight I heard the life we had and kept walking anyway. I thought I missed the way you held me, awaken with you next to me. I thought the hardest part of losing us would be losing what I'd seen. But lately I've been grieving things that never even had a day. Rooms we never chose together, trips we never got to take. I'm missing memories we never got to make. How can something never lived be something I can't ache for? There was a place beside the window where I pictured your old chair, a Sunday with the curtains open, your clothes drying somewhere. Maybe we'd have fought that morning, maybe we'd have laughed by noon. Maybe none of it was perfect, I still wanted it with you. I had 1,000 ordinary days waiting somewhere in my head. Now they feel like photographs of a life we never had. Nobody tells you when love ends, you lose the future with the past. The years you thought were coming disappear as fast. Your face won't be beside me when another decade turns. You won't complain about the weather, I won't know how your hair goes gray. There'll be no familiar silence after everything is said, no falling asleep beside you after some ridiculous argument. I'm grieving what never happened, a life that never came, the doors we never opened, the years without a name. I can't let go of your body, I can learn to sleep alone. But how do I say goodbye to a place we never called home? Maybe you'll build those mornings with somebody I won't know. Maybe she'll learn all the details I once thought I'd watch you grow. She'll see the versions of you some never gave to me, and I will become a story from somewhere in your 20s. The thought still breaks me differently, not because I want you back, I just wanted to have known you through the years we couldn't have. I miss the days that didn't happen, the nights that never came. The future has no grave, so where do I put the pain? Tonight I won't imagine further. I'll leave tomorrow undefined. There are enough real memories without inventing another life. Still somewhere in another version. Maybe we made it all the way. I'll never know that world existed, and that's the part I cannot say. So I'll mourn it without pictures, without a date, without a place, for everything we never lived, and everything I still can't taste. Something happened on the train today. I almost reached for you. Had the whole story ready in my head before I remember the truth. I saw a dog that looked like yours, sleeping underneath the tree. I took a picture without thinking, then wondered who it was for. Where do all these words go now? The ones that used to end with you. Every ordinary piece of life still thinks it's something I should tell you. Nothing important, nothing that could ever bring you back to me. Just all the tiny parts of being alive you were supposed to see. So I keep them day by day, little sentences with nowhere to stay. My neighbor finally fixed his door, the one that woke us every night. That little place we used to order from changed the letters on its sign. My sister asked about the jacket. You said looked better when I wore. I laughed and gave some kind of answer, then couldn't hear the next few words. The weather turned without a warning. You would've hated all this rain. I caught myself composing messages I'll never get to send again. There are so many ways to lose someone I never understood before. Sometimes it's not the empty bed, it's having no one for the small things anymore. Where do all these moments go now, when they still arrive addressed to you? Every stupid observation, every thought you'd understand before I finished it. I don't need another goodbye. We already said enough that night. I only wish my days would learn you're no longer at the other side. Maybe someday something funny happens and you won't be my first thought. Maybe I'll hear good news at midnight without remembering who I lost. Maybe my life will find new places for every word I couldn't send. But tonight I burned the dinner and almost told you how it went. Nothing important, that's what hurts, just another day you didn't hear. Another life still happening here, and so much left unsaid. stared down at your hands like you hated what they'd bring. Then you said you still cared for me, and somehow that was worse. I knew I followed after that before I heard the words. There wasn't anybody else, no secret left to find. Nothing I could turn into a reason, nothing I could fight. You said your feelings hadn't vanished, they'd only changed somehow. And I remember thinking, how much do you love me now? Was it less when you kissed me, less when you stayed? Did it fade every morning in some quiet way? While I was loving you the same, were you already somewhere else? You didn't stop loving me at once, you just loved me less. The final months, searching every ordinary day. The night you fell asleep beside me, but turned the other way. The dinners when you seemed distracted, the shorter kisses at the door. All the things that look like nothing don't look like nothing anymore. Maybe love doesn't always break, sometimes it simply loses weight, until the person holding all of it is carrying it alone. Was it less when you held me, less when you smiled? Had I been losing you slowly for a long, long while? While I was planning further ahead, were you already saying farewell? You didn't wake up without love, you just loved me less. I wish you'd broken something, I wish you crossed a line. I wish there were a version where all the blame was mine. That maybe I could hate you and hate would help me leave. But you looked at me with kindness while taking yourself from me. And that's the part that stays. You cry when I cried too. There was still love in the room, just not enough for two. Not gone, not cold, just smaller than before. Still there, still true, just not enough to choose. I used to think forever ended with a slam door or a lie. Now I know it can end softly with two people asking why. Someday I hope I stop measuring what was missing at the end. I loved you with everything I had. You loved me with what was left. You stood beside the doorway with your suitcase by your feet. I remember every detail except what happened inside me. You waited for an answer, I stared somewhere past your face. There were 20 things I wanted, but pride took every place. You asked if I had anything before you walked outside. I could have said I needed you, instead I said I'm fine. For weeks I told myself that silence made me strong, that if you really wanted us, you wouldn't have been gone. I made a kind of shelter out of everything unsaid, turned stubbornness into a reason to sleep alone instead. I never gave. Maybe you were already leaving long before you reached the door. Maybe nothing I could have offered would have made you want us more. That's the thought that should release me, but it never really does, because I'll never know the difference between losing you and giving up. I said nothing, you walked away. Such a small silence for so much pain. I've forgotten what the weather did the week that followed you. I've forgotten half the reasons we were breaking into two. But I remember your expression when you waited one last time, like some part of you was hoping I'd finally change my mind. And maybe that's just memory making mercy out of grief. Maybe you weren't waiting for me. Maybe I need to believe if I'd asked you to stay, maybe you'd still have gone. Maybe love had reached the place where words couldn't hold it all. But I give anything to know I didn't let you leave that way, with everything inside my chest and nothing I could say. Years can soften almost anything, but not that closing door. I don't dream about you coming back. I dream I spoke before. Your name came up today. I didn't lose my place. I heard it, let it pass, and carried on the same. That should have felt like nothing. Instead I noticed it. The ache was still familiar, but quieter than it had been. For months I kept imagining a knock against my door, the apology I'd waited for, the way we'd start once more. I rehearsed my hesitation, how I'd make you prove you changed, as if some part of me believed our ending could be rearranged. But lately when I picture you standing underneath that light, I don't imagine letting you in. I only hope you're alright. I can miss you and leave you there. I can love what happened without wanting it repaired. Some things stay tender after they're through. I can carry the memory without returning to you. There are nights I still remember how easily we used to fit. Your shoulder underneath my cheek, my fingers tangled into it. Those moments haven't turned ugly, I don't need to make them wrong. They belong to who we were before we couldn't carry on. And maybe that's what changed in me. I stopped confusing pain with proof. Missing something beautiful doesn't mean it still belongs to you. I took the road we knew, without deciding where to turn. The intersection came in view, and something all began to stir. I knew the street, the building light, the corner where you'd wait for me. For months I couldn't pass that place without becoming 17. The signal changed, my hands stayed still. No argument inside my head, no secret wish that you'd appear, no conversation with the dead.